Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys have probably seen the video now making the circulation around all the social media platforms about this black woman, a younger, I guess, black woman, you know, just going ham, crashing out because she got overcharged while she's visiting in Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. And yeah, a lot of people are mixed about this, going back and forth of what she should have done, what she should have done. My take on it is if you're in a foreign country, you better watch how you act because your ass can get locked up, you can come up missing, and no one ever see you again. But let's get into the video. Oh shit. Copyright. Yeah, she just taking all this shit. The guy with the red hat, she throwing all this shit out just because she got charged. She could have handled it a different way than that. That he pulled the boat from under her ass. Yeah, she could have handled that completely different. She's fitting the stereotype was always, black people. And pretty much the video ends right there. But, this is, she could have handled this completely different. This is this man's livelihood, and she's in a foreign country. You got to remember, you're in a foreign country. Like that one chick that happened, she got kept over in Dubai because she wanted to act out in public. Some of these countries don't be playing. Especially a third world country, your ass to come up missing, never be heard or seen from again. You got people like that. Johnny Somali's over in Korea right now. He's probably gonna get locked up for a couple years, just crashing out, being stupid. People want to act right. You don't even act right in your own country with the police. And you want to go to a foreign country where the laws aren't somewhat the same as giving out over there as they are here. Man, you better watch out. Y'all need to talk to yourselves. Think you can crash out in somebody else's country and nothing to happen? It's a stereotype. You're fulfilling a stereotype. They see one, they see all. They all do this. Let's check out some of the comments, see what they say. She didn't really have the money to be there. Exactly. If it's a money dispute, shit, yeah, you overcharged me, blah, blah, blah. Or not, give me our refund back. Here, take your product, give me my money back. Simple. But you want to act all out like a damn child. You're supposed to be a grown woman, but you want to act like a child. So embarrassing. If you can't afford it, don't go. Exactly. Barely getting over there with the little bit of scraps of money you got, then you want to act like a fool in somebody else's country? Whatever happens to you will happen to you. All over a floating pineapple business, like, ma'am, you did no damage. The man politely picked up his pineapple or floating inventory. But it doesn't matter, though. That's the thing. He's justifying her actions. No accountability whatsoever. You're justifying the things that she did. Okay, they float, but still, it's a business. You wrecking his business. If he reports that, you're going to jail. I can't keep defending us. Be careful how you act in other countries. Their rules are very different from the U.S. rules. Exactly. Now, I've been to many, many countries in my lifetime, and you got to know what that host nation's country is about, like their rules are about, because they can hem your ass up, keep you there. Like back in the day, like things like the 80s, where the little white dude who went to, I think it was Singapore or Indonesia, and he wanted to deface some of their property. They put that cane to his ass. Y'all can't be doing shit like this. But most recently, it's all been, the black people, minorities doing the same shit. You don't see too many white people doing it no more. I'm not trying to make it a race issue, but it seems like it's a race issue because I always see, in the news the last couple of years, there's always been some black woman doing something stupid. Jail in those countries are not the same. Exactly. EBT activities. This is dangerous. They don't have the same laws as the U.S. They probably will throw hands with that woman. Yeah, they will. Usual suspects, probably over $5. Lock her up. I'd be so embarrassed. Why did she pay? She could have said no. Exactly. Get your money back. Find out, if they messed up your money, here, take this back. I don't want it. Give my money back. Plain and simple. It's the adult thing to do. You show some type of maturity. You move on your way. But no, our people got to act stupid. Here's another video from a different perspective.
The girl throwing the pineapples in the water. This part two. I don't know if y'all seen part one, but basically in part one, I was just telling y'all like I was up on a boat. We was drinking pineapple daiquiris. They overcharged the girl. Just go watch part one, but I'm about to tell y'all part two. So basically, she hopped her happy-go-lucky ass off the yacht onto the little bar cart they got in the water where they serving the daiquiris at. And she like, I'm not finna play with y'all. Like, before they started recording, she like, I'm not finna play with y'all. Give my money back right now. And
That's all she had to do. Give me my money back. Take this. Give me my money back. It been over and done with. You know, if she don't have the product, if he didn't sell nothing, he had to give all the money back that he took from her.
the man, he's like, I don't understand. I did nothing wrong. I don't understand. And she like, she don't care about none of that. So she started grabbing the pineapples, throwing all the pineapples, throwing all the liquor, throwing all the stuff. And, you know, she just started throwing all the shit, and then she jumped off. And as she jumped off, she jumped into the water. Like, all of us was trying to grab her, and then she fall into the water. So mind y'all, everybody like, where this girl at? Why she not doing a story time? Her ass is locked up in Punta, Cana.
Good.
Y'all cannot be going out of country showing y'all asses. Like, y'all can't be doing that. Like, she locked up. Like, I done called. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to kind of help the friends and see what we can all do.
Don't.
And they like it.
That's the thing. They want to help her out. You crashed out in another country doing some dumb shit, but everybody wants to try to give a hand to help her out. No, it's called suffer the consequences. You reap what you sow. Let her go through it. I would say maybe she learned a lesson, but she's a black American. She ain't gonna learn shit. You know, time and time again, they never learn shit. You know, you see it all the time with the police shootings. No one ever learns nothing. You know, you have perfect examples of what not to do, yet you continue to do the opposite of that. It's just you can't get right.
It's just nothing. She just sitting. Like, somebody from the U.S. got to go get her, like the governor or something. You cannot go out of country showing your
actions
ass.
Have consequences.
Not over no little bit of money. Like, I told her, I was like, just call American Express and get your money back. She like, nah, G, I can't go out like that. I can't go out like that. I can't go out sad. I can't go out sad. And I'm just like,
that's that hood mentality again. You can take the person out the hood, but that hood mentality is ingrained. You know, they have no other way of thinking. They've never been anywhere. They get a little bit of money, go some other country, and still bring that mentality with them. And this is a perfect example of what happens.
Like, just call your bank. But I'm about to post the whole footage of when the cops got there and everything, the video. I'm about to post all that right now. So just go ahead and follow me for part 3.
All right. Let's see what the comments, what they say about this. Just came for part 1. Thank you. I bet those drinks were so good, though. It doesn't matter, you know, good or not. You know, you're in a third world country. If you overcharge, shit, you know, accidents happen. You could have had it more professionally, more, you know, emotionlessly. You know, you just showed your emotion. All you get in your feelings, and this is what happens. I don't play like that. Goddamn, that's disgraceful. It is. Was it $30 or 30 pesos? I'm Dominican, so it'll make a difference. $30 is super expensive, and it's Punta Cana. And they'll let her out if she posts bail. Of course they will. You know, locked up in Punta Cana. Law doing too much, shaking my head in another country. And then smiley emojis. That's the thing, like, you do all this bullshit in other countries and you expect nothing to happen to you. You know, people are starting to find out, you know, fuck around, you can find out, like they always say, right? Then we got this other black lady. Let's see what she has to say as far as this goes.
To the lady who was out in Punta Cana, I'm saying that right? Punta Cana? Punta Cana. Are you not embarrassed? You're not embarrassed that you were crashing out over some fruit? Over some pineapples? Like, I would seriously be so embarrassed if at my big ripe age somebody caught me on video, on camera, in 24K of me.
That's the thing though. People don't, a lot of these, especially these youngins, they don't use their brain whatsoever. They don't think, they just react. There's no thought process that goes on. There's no foresight. You're just like, if I do this, what will happen? No, it's just, I'm going to do this because this is how I feel. And then whatever happens, it's always an afterthought. And then they wonder why is this happening? Why is this happening? Because you did this. A plus B equals C. You know, it's just A. It's just A. You know, they don't think. They do not think whatsoever. If they do get caught, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Same story. Same exact story through all these different videos.
Of me crashing out over some pineapple because it was overpriced. You pay for it. Keep it pushing. It is what it is. You win some and you lose some. It's vacation. It is okay. It's okay. Money comes back around. Chill.
Sure does.
I just feel like it was never that deep. Like, there's just no way you would ever find a sane person crashing out over an overpriced piece of fruit. Shawty had no decorum, no class, no nothing. You are in another country, girl. Like, you don't just be acting like that outside of the country. This ain't home. And even if it was, you're black. You can't act that kind of way over something that minuscule. From what she was saying
What'd she say? Minuscule? Minuscule?
Can't act that kind of way over something that minuscule.
One more time. Still got a cold.
Over something that minuscule. From what she was saying in the video, it seemed as if she was upset that they overpriced her over a pineapple. I feel like as black women, we should just know we shouldn't be doing certain things because the narrative is always going to be ghetto. It's always going to be ratchet.
Yep.
I don't know. It was just never that deep. And then what was even more embarrassing is like your exiting scene. You fell right in the water. I would be laughing at you. Not only did I scam you for some change, but now you're acting a fool and you're falling inside the water. Can't get up. Can't get into the boat. I'm just at a loss for words, honestly.
Like I said, same story, different country. And it's always the same type of chicks. See what they got to say. It's giving she went out the country with 100 US and expected it to last. Yes, a lot of people do that. You know, if you got money, you know, you lose a little bit, you drop your wallet, you lose money, you know, whatever the club, bar, no big deal. But if you barely got it, that's probably how you're going to act. Everybody's saying they overcharged her card and be a grown adult and dispute it instead of acting like a baboon, embarrassing everyone. Yep, exactly. Because they're going to look at you as a dumb baboon, and then everyone that looks like you is the same, or whoever you came with, that's the same sentiment. People never think about that. They never think through about, you know, their actions. They here and the now like a child. This is what I want. This is what I deserve. Right here, right now. Not looking down the road. I paid $10 for a coconut in Jamaica and added a $5 rum shot. And girl, I enjoyed it, every bit of it. My reading is off today. I'm sick. Please, whoever's reading this, if you cannot behave, stay out of the island and forget about Punta Cana. We don't need that type of behavior. In DR, you negotiate the price first before you buy anything. Yeah, exactly. You know, same way in Panama, same way as Puerto Rico, same thing as Honduras. If you're going to buy something, negotiate, let them know up front, and make sure, and then you give your money up. Are people not afraid of a digital footprint? You know, it's going to be forever. And this is what they can use, the video footage is what they can use to prosecute as well, as well as, you know, the witness accounts of what happened. These comments make me so glad that my mother taught me to use cash in different countries and to learn the conversion rates. Exactly. If you're worried about, you know, the money value, you know, when you get there or get your money converted prior to going to that country, and they say a certain amount, you give them that amount in their money. Because if you give them $30 in American money, that's what she probably did. She gave $30 in American money and realized that, oh shit, I overpaid. Let me get this money back. He's like, no, you gave me American money. You know, because I know they used to do that shit in Korea. $30 American, $30, you know, in Korean, and won. And that's not, you know, you're not supposed to do that. No, she was crashing out because she was charged $285 for a $30 daiquiri. That's her dumbass fault. She should just, you know, peacefully ask for the money back or get a refund. It would have been that hard. Okay, yeah, it's the same type of comments, you know. I'm embarrassed for her. Why give you a card to a non-reputable business? You support the locals with cash, you know. It's the same type of shit. What's the next video?
In another country over money. Like, people don't go missing. If you're lost, we're talking about this. She crashed out, destroyed a vendor's stuff, threw everything in the water, and was screaming and all that. Because they're claiming that he was supposed to give her back $50 in change, he didn't. You got all these folks saying I would have did exactly what she did. Y'all would have been in jail. I literally told y'all, so you don't get finesse in other countries for U.S. currency, exchange it to their currency.
Exactly.
But no, you got something about, nah, she's supposed to crash out. That's what you're supposed to do.
You can't bring American way of thinking, even though that way of thinking is fucking flawed and wrong. You can't take that flawed, raw thinking and take it to another country, expect a different outcome. I'm saying, like, and that's why, certain cultures, and races look at us as a whole as the same type of person. They don't think about stuff like that. You mess it up as one person messes up, it's messed up for everybody else. You got, go to Asian countries. I always think of certain things because this is what they see, this is what they heard, this is what they're going to do. It's the same exact thing.
Alright, you go be in jail or missing. You in a third world country, crashing out. Rumor has it the police looking for her. They definitely make people get gone, or you definitely will be in prison in there, and you will pray that you get transferred over to an American prison. When you go out the country, you need to automatically know if you wild out over here, your ass will go to jail, you will be locked up, or worse. So all this, I would have crashed out too, y'all not seeing it from her side, bro, ain't no side, bro. You in another country tweaking. Come on now.
That's how they are. They just don't understand. And people who've never been cultured, never been anywhere, never done anything really outside of the U.S., this is the result of that. Living through TikTok, living through all these other social media platforms. Like, girl, when I get somebody, I'm going to do that same exact thing. And when they get out there, knowing that they can't handle certain situations as a mature adult, they get out there and crash out for the dumbest shit. You crash out for, someone cut you off in America. What makes you think you're going to not crash out when you go over there and they short you some change? Or, you don't feel like you get what you deserve. Then you crash out, but you're in a third world country. I bet you won't do that in Dubai. I bet you won't do that in Mexico, certain parts of Mexico. I bet you won't do that in certain parts of Honduras, even Panama, or even go. I bet you won't go to Colombia to do that shit. Your ass to get cut the fuck up. But whatever. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Give me a thumbs up. And I catch you next video. Hopefully, I won't be suffering from COVID. Peace.